teacher if they are thinking that they want to skip or they want to move from the green pathway to the blue or the other way around. And students, colleges, when they say 2 years in a world language, it's not the physical year, it's the level. So if we have students that did Spanish in the middle school, started freshman year in Spanish 2, that's the second level, that's the minimum requirement. So your students can be done right then. They don't have to continue if they don't want to. Okay, they've done the minimum. And if a student wants to take one of the career technical courses that are offered on the other campuses, they need to have a conversation with their counselor. So for the parent that wrote that question, I'm your counselor, so please send your student to come see me about the principles of marketing at Fremont High School.
All right, so we're going to be wrapping up here. It's almost 7 o'clock. I have a couple. Do you have a couple to answer too? Okay. And again, if your question did not get answered, please send your student our way. We will happily answer them. And if you do send us an email, just give us a couple days. We're just asking for that grace right now because our inbox are getting a little overwhelming, but that's okay. Okay, so last couple questions here. For courses needing an application or selection, so that's like leadership, journalism, yearbook, right? The ones that we posted up there. If they didn't get selected, how does that affect their schedule? So the great thing about those courses that you need an application for, those all can be an additional 7th class. So leadership, journalism, yearbook, and I think and TA, right? Those can all be additional 7 classes. So what we advise students is choose your 6 courses, okay? Choose your 6 courses. If you are applying for one of those courses, we will notify you, or the teacher will notify you that you've been selected, and we add that to their schedule as a 7th class, okay? Those classes should be on their course verification form in April so they know, wow, I'm in 7 classes now. Do I want to remove something or am I okay with these 7? Okay, so that answers that one. The applications vary. Some of them post around right before February break. A lot of auditions happen in March, that first week. So again, have your students check in with those teachers, look online, all that information's on there. There's another question here. Can an alternate be provided for math during the course selection now? For math, again, your student's math class is already put in Infinite Campus. They will not be selecting an alternate. You can change that math recommendation, right? But that is in April. So again, no alternate for math. And then another question is taking chem over the summer and chem honors during 10th grade considered doubling up? So for that particular student, we wouldn't recommend taking chem and then chem honors. They're similar courses, although an honors makes it more advanced and rigorous, but if a student is considered taking chem or chem honors, we would just recommend that they choose. They don't necessarily have to take that course over the summer and then again. Here's another one. So do you have the Zoom link for the February 6th event? We do not have that Zoom link, but it will be on our website. It'll show you the link. You can just click on it. Again, we will have office hours available online. You can go on your phone. You can go on the internet. Our goal was to get it during lunch hours for parents. And then last one, how many alternate courses do students need to select? We recommend that students choose alternates for their science classes maybe, also for their art classes, the applied academics, right? Not necessarily English, not necessarily history or world language classes, but more so for science and our additional electives, partly because we do not offer those courses every period, right? So the higher up you get in a class, the less we offer throughout the day. So at times, and if this happens, we will call your student in. If a student selects, maybe they want to be in physics, right? But we only offer 2 sections of that next year, hypothetically. And then they also chose to be in Art 1. Magically, there's only 2 Art 1 classes and they're offered at the same time of physics, right? That student would likely have to choose what they want to do, right? So in that case, we would ask them, we'd call them in, hey, what's your alternate, if it's not already put on. But we encourage students to have that alternate put on already so we can just make that quick fix. So last couple questions, then we're gonna close out.
And I'm really gonna summarize these in one. I'm getting a lot of questions about, can my student take Calc AB and then take Calc BC? My student is finding Algebra 2 too easy. Can they jump over to Pre-Calc Honors? In other words, can they jump from the green path to the blue path? Yes, we have open enrollment. You can do that, but at your own risk. That's why when I went over this slide, I said things along the lines of like, Algebra 1 prepares you for geometry. Algebra 2 Trig prepares you for Pre-Calc Honors. So while a student can take Calculus AB and then take Calc BC the next year, really Calc AB doesn't prepare you for the level of rigor in Calc BC. Pre-Calc Honors does. Okay, I know that's hard to kind of wrap your head around because you would imagine that Calc AB content would lead to BC. It does, but very minimally. I like to use an analogy of like a light switch. A student who's going from the green path, right, probably hasn't had the level of complex thinking that a student has had in Geometry Enriched or Algebra 2 Trig. And so to expect them to turn on that light switch the next year and all of a sudden spend more time, right, and more energy in doing well in that blue path, that's a lot. It can be done, but it's tough. So just please keep that in mind, okay? Some of you also mentioned you have not received the email for the summer intensive geometry class. Please check your spam folder. I was told it was an IK12 form, so you might want to search for Inform K12. If you still can't find it, go ahead and reach out to your counselor and we'll reach out to the district to see what's going on. Okay? Thank you.
Alrighty, so that concludes our parent night. We thank you so much for coming and attending. Please send your kids our way if you have any questions. We have our families to get home to. I know my 5 and 2-year-old are waiting for me to tuck in their bed, so we appreciate your patience. And again, questions, please feel free to send your student or send us an email. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody.